Welcome back. As women, we know that we will experience hormone decline as we age, but what hormones do we need to be aware of, and does diet play a role?
Well, for Wellness Wednesday, we turn to Inspire Medical Wellness in Mount Juliet and Avexius Health Solutions for answers. Today, Sylvia Castaneda invited back Dr. Teri Deneui, who authored a book on hormones. Take a look.
Dr. Deneui, I am so glad that you are back with us today to talk more about the book, Hormone Havoc, Common Misconceptions About Hormones in Men and Women. So a lot of us think about hormone decline, we think about it in our 50s, that's when it starts happening. Is that the case?
It starts way before that. I mean, it gets a lot worse in our 50s, but it's been typically happening for at least 10, maybe 20 years, and sometimes longer. And that's really something important to understand because so many, especially women, are suffering needlessly from hormone decline in the form of really testosterone decline. We see women after their second baby really have a really precipitous drop in their testosterone production. And even young women that are on birth control pills, it suppresses testosterone production as well. It's really important to understand because one of the number one things that testosterone does in the brain is it stimulates the area of our brain that's responsible for mood and thinking and mental clarity. And what we see in these young women a lot is a lot of depression, and we're seeing it more and more, and it's really misdiagnosed. It's not really assessed properly as a possible testosterone decline. And the same thing in young men. We're seeing more and more young men with low testosterone. There's a lot of reasons. A lot of it has to do with the food and other things, but we can talk about that more later.
That just seems so shocking to people in their 30s, you know? So then talk to us about, besides sex hormones, testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, things that you've talked about. What other hormones are important, do you feel, that we all need to be aware of?
Well, DHEA is a very important hormone, and it's made in the adrenal glands. And what's important about DHEA is we used to think it was just a hormone that turned into other hormones, but it actually, we now know, it has its own receptors in the brain and other places in the body. And anywhere there's a receptor on a cell, that means that molecule is supposed to do something inside that cell. In fact, the word hormone means activity, impel, urge, I arise to activity, so it means to cause something to happen. And DHEA is a really important hormone, and when it declines, it can also cause depression and mood alterations and other things going on, forgetfulness, things like that. And there's an opposite relationship with DHEA and cortisol. So when your cortisol levels are really high because of stress, it suppresses your DHEA and it makes things a lot worse. And high cortisol can lead into other things like type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, and increased fat around the middle, and all kinds of other problems. So DHEA is a really important one to pay attention to.
That's so good to know. Now, what I also love about your book, in Hormone Havoc, you've touched on the growing concern that diet actually plays when it comes to hormones. Talk to us about that connection.
Yes, and we're seeing more and more not only decline in the sex hormones, but decline in very important thyroid hormones, and a lot of that has to do with diet. And of course, not only, it's primarily all the processed foods, which is causing problems with our gut. And people think our gut is just to digest food, but it really, the gut is the second brain, it's the second immune system. It's also now being referred to as its own hormone organ because it plays such a role in metabolizing hormones. So when we're eating a lot of processed foods and inflammatory foods, we release all these enzymes in our gut that wreak havoc on our hormone production. And so any really good hormone clinician is going to pay attention to gut health, as well as maybe some nutrient deficiencies like selenium. We see Hashimoto's thyroid, which is an autoimmune thyroid problem, on the rise in our country. A lot of it is just simply because of nutrient deficiencies like iodine and selenium.
That is amazing to hear, because I have heard of this on the rise.
Yeah.
So then talk to us about where people can go to get more information, maybe see a provider who has been trained by your team, because you go around the country doing this.
Yes, we do. And all of our clinicians that come through our training, they learn about all the sex hormones, they learn about DHEA, they learn about melatonin, they learn about thyroid. So Avexius.com, EVEXIAS.com. And of course, you can just search on Amazon for Hormone Havoc, and you can learn all about it in my book.
It is a great read, folks. Well, Doctor, it's always such a pleasure to have you here to learn more about hormones and what they do to our body. We learn so much every time you're here.
Yes, thank you. So glad to be back.
Well, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Sylvia. To learn more about hormone replacement therapy and its benefits, again, you heard it, visit avexius.com and then click on Find a Provider, or you can always visit inspiremedicalwellness.com to make an appointment.